Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly paused? I don't mean scrolling on your phone. I mean really stopped, sat with yourself, looked around and noticed the world without rushing to fix something, prove something, or be somewhere else. Because one day, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but one day you'll wish you had slowed down. And the tragedy is, most people only realize that when it's already too late. Since we were kids, we were told to move fast, study hard, get the job, climb the ladder, collect achievements like they were gold coins in some game. But no one told us how to actually feel fulfilled when we got there. You get the promotion, but the satisfaction lasts a weekend. You buy the thing, post it, feel proud for an hour, and then it fades. The treadmill just speeds up. And the finish line? It doesn't exist. We're taught how to run, but not how to rest. And the problem is, when you don't know how to slow down, life becomes something that happens to you, not something you live. A few years ago, I was in a coffee shop. It was raining outside, the kind of quiet drizzle that makes the world feel slower. Across from me was a man, maybe late 60s. He wasn't scrolling, he wasn't talking, he was just sitting, staring out the window, coffee in hand, like he was watching the world breathe. And for some reason, I asked him, "What are you thinking about?" He smiled. "Not much. Just remembering how fast everything went." He wasn't sad, just still. Then he said something that stuck with me forever. "When you're young, you think time is chasing you. When you're older, you realize it was always you doing the chasing." We live in an age where being busy is a badge of honor. We compare calendars, not values. And if your day isn't filled with doing, you feel like you're falling behind. But here's the truth. You're not behind. You're just distracted. You're distracted from what actually matters, from the quiet moments, from the subtle feelings, from the present. You think you're chasing success, but maybe you're just running from stillness, because stillness makes us confront something terrifying, ourselves. And most people would rather be overwhelmed than be alone with their own mind. Stillness is where the truth shows up. You won't find clarity in chaos. You won't figure out what you actually want while chasing 100 things at once. Think about it. The best decisions you've made in life probably came when things were quiet, not when you were panicking, not when your notifications were buzzing, but when you had space. You can't hear your intuition over noise. That's why slowing down isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's how you reclaim your time, your energy, your identity. We all say, "I don't have time." But here's the real question. What are you paying attention to? Because your attention is your life. And most of us are spending it on things that drain us. You wake up, check your phone, scroll past other people's lives, carry their opinions into your day, try to be liked by people you wouldn't even have coffee with, and then wonder why you feel empty. It's not your time that's broken. It's where you're placing your attention. And attention, like time, is non-refundable. You know what hospice nurses say are the most common regrets of the dying? I wish I'd spent more time with people I loved. I wish I'd been true to myself. I wish I hadn't worked so much. I wish I'd allowed myself to be happier. Nowhere in that list is, I wish I'd answered more emails. When you're at the end, you realize the little things were the big things. So, how do we begin to change? It starts with small, radical choices. Wake up without your phone. Do one thing slowly every day. Ask better questions. Say no more often. Protect your time like it's sacred. You don't need to burn out to earn rest. You're allowed to breathe. You're allowed to move slower than everyone else. You're allowed to live instead of just surviving. One of the most powerful things you'll ever do for your peace is learn to say no, not out of rudeness, but out of reverence for your energy, your presence, your peace. Most of us are scared to say no because we're scared to disappoint. But here's what no one tells you. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align, you abandon a piece of yourself. And over time, that adds up. You don't need more to feel whole. You need less of what distracts you from who you really are. The goal isn't to do more, it's to live deeper. So slow down before the years pass in a blur of busyness, before you forget what you were even chasing, before you look back and wonder what it was all for. Imagine you 30 years from now. They're not worried about how productive you were. They're wondering if you ever made time to just sit on the porch and watch the sunset. If you ever looked up from the screen long enough to really live. That future version of you doesn't want your hustle. They want your presence. Do one thing today slowly. Take one walk. Say one no. Sit for 5 minutes and breathe. Watch the sky change. Write in the comments, I choose to live slowly. If you want more reminders like this, more space to think, breathe, and become who you really are, make sure to subscribe. This channel isn't here to hype you up. It's here to bring you home to yourself.